It's starting to take hold on me now. You see, they're all up through here. The whole thing is feathers. Now it's starting to take care of it. I see what's going on now.
Today we're... Whoa! Talking about Quetzalcoatl, who has apparently been found by what the... A friend of Mud Fossil University's Roger. Quetzalcoatl was an Aztec deity that they related to wind, Venus, the sun, and a handful of other things. The name comes from the Nahuatl language and basically means the serpent of precious feathers. Its namesake, the Quetzalcoatlas, was the largest of the pterosaurs, and it used its 11-foot wingspan to soar the North American skies during the late Cretaceous period, some 66 to 100 million years ago. And of course, the giant hunting and dragon chasing Roger and his mate have apparently found the more mythological of the two. So let's dive in.
Well, okay, my outstanding friends, this is just getting more and more fun day after day after day. Greg Morrison, who is one of my top contributors, absolutely fantastic research he's done, sends me all kinds of things, has proven all kinds of things that I was trying to discover.
Proven? Are you sure that's the word you want to go with, Roger?
And he's finding them just laying around. I mean, I'm not kidding you. It's just absolutely amazing the kind of things that he has contributed. Now, this is one of them, and he was saying, tell people where this is, this is in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. This is a feather, and I think it's a turkey feather. And I'm going to show it to you. He sent me a piece of it. I believe he took it right out of here. It's 3 inches thick.
A turkey feather? But we came here for a mythical beast. You do know that turkeys are real, don't you, Roger?
No. I'm going to show you this in a second. I have it right in front of me. But this is the tiniest little piece of the feather. This is like in between one of these pieces. This is just nothing compared to the feather itself. Now, I have shown these feathers around the earth, like coming out of Quetzalcoatl's head on the East Coast. Now, is this part of his body? I don't know. I would think this is not big enough, even though it is 3 inches thick.
All I'm seeing is a rough bit of rock, likely from where another piece broke off or from weathering. I mean, what could possibly make you think that?
Did someone say Peridolia?
Ah, thanks, Dan. Peridolia, for those who don't know, is the tendency to perceive a specific or often meaningful image in a random, ambiguous visual pattern.
This is the thickness of this feather. That's the top and that's the bottom, or vice versa. But this is, I believe, came right out of here somewhere. Greg sent this to me, but it's right on the side of the road, this gigantic thing. You can go walking right up to it, I guess, and look at it, and people walk by it all the time, and they don't realize what it is.
I imagine that they walk by it and think, oh, a rock.
She is the feather.
Huh?
She is the feather.
Okay.
Sure looks like it to me, and I would go with turkey.
I would still go with rock, which definitely beats turkey, but hey, at least you're seeing something that exists instead of the usual bollocks that you claim.
All right, there's different types of feathers, down feathers and so forth, but we're basically looking at, a turkey tail feather, or very similar to that. You see it? That's basically what we're looking at now. What are we looking at when we're looking at this piece right here? We're looking at one of these little fluty pieces in between one of these little bits here.
I was wondering how long until the delusions cropped up. I guess the turkey feather he was talking about was obviously the one the bloke was holding, which is a shame. I kind of hoped Roger was slowly trying to work his way back to reality.
In other words, you crack it open, which you can see is cracked open. We're looking at this little piece right here. Just this little, it's just the tiniest little piece of a feather, and it's still this big. All right, so that's pretty good size.
Well, I guess it must be the Quetzalcoatl of legend then, as Quetzalcoatlas didn't have feathers. But if you're saying that is just a single bar of a single feather, then that thing must put Rodin to shame.
And it sure looks like a turkey feather to me. I mean, it has that same looking color. It's a little modelly looking. I don't know. Turkeys are still pretty good size. Okay, so Greg and I are hoping that you will send us some pictures of this area. Now, I don't know where he was on here, but this is this Foothills Parkway, and it becomes very snaky. You see, this is a Foothills Parkway here. And I can't really see anything from Google Earth, but I can tell you one thing. There's some serious action going on here. I don't know what it is, but there's some, look at this. The whole thing is moundy. That's a new word now, moundy. And I don't know what these moundies are.
They're called hills, Roger. Seriously, can someone please just help this poor man? I'm honestly worried about him.
But these moundies are everywhere. So anyway, this is where it came from, and we were hoping you guys would send us some pictures we can take a look at. And you can see this is the pattern of feathers right here. It's right in this area somewhere. Sure looks like feathers to me. And it might be right over. It might be right there. I'll bet you it's right in this area here.
Can anyone see what he's seeing here? Like, seriously, I legitimately want to know why that specific area.
Well, wherever it is, you guys can figure it out. And but you can see that's really a feather.
Roger, that would be about a 28-mile long feather. the feather. Do you not at least realize a little how just batshit crazy that sounds?
It's starting to take hold on me now. You see, they're all up through here. The whole thing is feathers. Now it's starting to take care of it. I see what's going on now.
Mate, you wouldn't see what's going on if it walked over and slapped you upside the head.
He's down here in the feathers. These are other feather patterns coming up through here. The whole thing is a feather pattern. Greg, you're a genius. I'm telling you, the guy comes up with some stuff. See, all the way, it is part of Quetzalcoatl. I was thinking it was too small, but no, it isn't. It isn't too small. It's right on his back.
I'm honestly not sure whether this Greg is a troll or if he's just as delusional as Roger. If it's the latter, please, Greg, seek help. And if you're a troll, stop enabling this poor, misguided man. It's cruel.
Here's his head. Okay, Greg, you got it, buddy. You did it, my friend. You cracked the Z code again. There it is, right there on his back. Here's his head. Now, and you say, well, Roger, that can't be a feather. Oh, you think so, huh?
It's just sad.
Well, let's see. What is that? Do you think that could be feather? Well, I think it could be. Let's see. Let me see what I have here for the feather. And what you see there, if it is the feather. Now, hold on a second. Okay, everybody that knows me knows that I have been talking about dragons and giants, and all my stuff is DNA tested and some CAT scan and all that stuff.
If all of this stuff is legitimately DNA tested, Roger, you'd be bloody famous. Just please do show us the test results. I may want to be your manager. All right, I honestly can't watch any more of this right now. Like, we're less than 5 minutes into a 36-minute video, and I'm already starting to feel frustrated with this tripe. I'll link the full video in the description just in case you want to torture yourself for a half hour. I'll catch you later, you beautiful bastards, or even right now if you want to watch this next.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout, and fame.